today's video, I'm going to give you a couple of pointers, just a few pointers on how to properly execute your running, tumbling layout. But before I give you any of these pointers, be sure to check out my layout video. I gave you guys 5 drills that you should be working on to understand the shape of a layout in general. So if you don't understand the shape of a layout, this video might be a little far-fetched, you know what I'm saying? So be sure to check out that video and then come right back to this, and I'm going to give you pointers on how to execute that shape with either a round-off or a back handspring in front of it. So if you guys are ready to get these gains and learn something new, you know the vibes. Let's get to it. Skirt! Oh! I hate that I'm willing to break my back for you guys. Why am I retired and trying to throw a layout right now? Why? Why? Oh! Oh, everything hurts. Bear with me while I get my life together. Oh! Okay. Lord help. I so got this. I am going to do a really clean round-off layout with a really strong set and a really aggressive hip drive. I'm going to spot the floor in front of me, stay super tight, and show you guys how it's done. Oh my gosh! I wish I was being dramatic when I say this, but I have not done a clean gymnastic style layout on spring floor literally since I quit gymnastics. I quit when I was 14. You guys can guess how old I am. Let's just say that was a very long time ago. I am so happy with that right now. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go over just a few pointers, but the shape in your layout, super important. So the drills I mentioned in the other video, your hollow holds, your hip drives, if you drill those before doing this skill, I promise you it's gonna be a lot easier to lock in that muscle to mind connection. So when it comes to doing these tumbling passes, everything is quick. So you have to be quick to react. There's a science law out there and I'm forgetting what it is. So y'all are gonna roast me in the comments, but for every action, there's a reaction, right? But when it comes to tumbling, the action is to jump. The very quick reaction that needs to follow is squeezing. So on something like this, you have to be already squeezing when you're coming down, whether it's out of your round-off or your back handspring. You need a really solid squeeze, hollow body shape coming out of either of those skills, so you're already locked in to go up in your layout. With that being said, I am not doing a back handspring today. You guys know how much I dislike them. My back hates me every time I do them. I'm just gonna do round-off demonstrations for you guys today. But to clarify, anytime your hands are on the floor and you have to get to your feet, it is a handstand snap down. So we are snapping down whether it's out of your round-off or out of your back handspring. So the first tip is being really aggressive in your snap down so you have a hollow body shape. If you are doing round-off back handspring layouts and you don't have a good shape, you're very C to pike, it's gonna make you be very whippy to pike on your layout. So the shape in your back handspring directly correlates to the shape in your layout. So if you guys are someone who has a whippy back handspring, your head's throwing out, you're not driving your hips, knees, and toes over at the same time, and then you pike down with your hands still on the ground, you're gonna have a whippy layout. You probably have to backtrack a little bit and strengthen your core, strengthen your glutes, and strengthen your back handspring, and really just focusing on getting your hands and chest up off the floor a little bit sooner so you can be in this hollow body shape. The second tip is focusing on where your feet are when you punch to go into your layout. If you guys don't know, when you do a round-off back handspring, you need to swoop to get your feet in front of you. So when you punch for a back handspring, your feet should be in front of your hips. When you punch for a layout, you want your feet to be slightly behind your hips. So I'll give you guys a slow-mo really quick. For me, if I'm doing my round-off layout, I'm gonna be nice and aggressive going into my round-off. I'm going to block through my shoulders. I'm going to be hollowed coming out of my round-off. So when I punch, my feet are slightly behind my hips. That is going to allow me to go up in my layout. So you can think about keeping your feet slightly behind your hips, or when you punch, if your feet are right under your hips and your chest is slightly forward, that's still great. Just as soon as you punch, you have to think about squeezing your glutes to push your hips forward. That way you go up, because the way physics works, if we have this fast momentum going this way and we want to go up, well, the crazier the skill, the more dramatic the angle has to be. If you see in this video of Simone Biles doing this crazy tumbling pass, look at that forward angle that she is at when she punches to take off into her world famous, completely savage pass that I can't even count the number of spins and flips she's doing. The third and final tip I'm going to give you has to do with your arms. So the timing of your arms is super important, and I'm gonna give you one drill that will help you understand the timing of your arms, and it will also help you understand how to squeeze the glutes to drive the hips over longer. You're gonna go up to a wall, get your hips all the way up to it, and you're gonna be in a pike position. We're gonna act as if we are setting for our layout right now. Then we are going to imagine we just punched, and now we are squeezing our hips forward, so we go up, squeeze, boom. I want you guys to do this, and I want it to be so aggressive with your hip drive to where your heels come off the wall, and I want you to hold that shape for 5 seconds, just so that you understand how much you have to squeeze to actually carry the shape over in your flip. Obviously the flip isn't gonna take you 5 seconds, it's gonna take you like 1, but it's gonna feel like you're squeezing forever, and that's what you need if you want a better shape. Arms up, squeeze the glutes, hip drive up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Notice how I set with my arms, I squeeze my glutes to carry my hips over, and then I bring my arms to my hips. Watch what would happen if I threw my arms forward too soon. Not gonna lie, felt like a flopping fish there. But I hope you guys get the gist of it. If you throw your arms too soon, it's going to cause you to do a toe drive, which is going to make you pike, instead of a hip drive, which is going to keep you hollow. All right, guys, that is all I have for today's video. So I hope that you gain some knowledge from these 3 very quick but very important tips to help you execute a cleaner, better, stronger, more beautiful running tumbling layout. If you guys have any questions about this, if you guys are struggling with anything, if there's anything that I missed, leave me a comment. I would love to respond. I'd love to help you out and maybe make another video. But as always, I really hope you like what you learned. Share it with a friend, a teammate who's struggling, and oh, if you guys haven't subscribed, come on now. Show your girl some love. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!